Johnny Moore, we're here at Snetterton, latest round of Porsche Carrera Cup. You've obviously had a couple of weekends so far at Donington and Brands Indy. It was always going to be a lot about learning, wasn't it? And, lots to do, but all productive, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's another big jump from a Cayman. We had one last year from GSCC to a Cayman, then I'd say even a bigger jump from the Cayman to this. But yeah, I mean, like you said, it's all productive. Just so much to learn with, obviously the balance of the car, completely different with it being rear engine and a bit, peculiar in that sense. But yeah, like you said, all productive. I think we're getting there. I think we are, in a good place. It's always difficult when you've got limited track time and things like that. But yeah, getting there.
And made even more difficult, but you had quite different circuits so far, and the weather at Brands was so changeable. So, a lot to kind of think about, and the grid is so close, isn't it? It might be a bit smaller than previous years, but everyone here is very competitive.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, like you said, the grid is pretty small compared to previous years of it, but it's not any less competitive. When you think we've got, plenty of drivers out of single-seaters who, have obviously refined their skills over on that side of the pond. You've got ex-touring car drivers who've won races. You've got, people like myself who coming up through the ranks. It's a wide mix of drivers from different backgrounds and whatnot, but everyone's quick. There literally isn't, even the AMs, are still very quick. So it's, tough.
And like you say, seat time these days is fairly limited, but at least you had all of Wednesday, all of today to kind of, get your eye in ahead of the weekend. How have these couple of test days been for you guys?
So Wednesday we were struggling a little bit with a soft brake pedal, which we've not really had before, but the thing is here, because the straight's quite long, the brakes have got a lot more time to cool down, and then when you stand on them hard, and they've cooled down a little bit. So, temperatures have been really hot these last few days as well. So, we wondered whether they were just overheating a little bit or fading or whatnot, or cooling down too much down the back straight, but we think we've got to the bottom of the problem. They felt a lot better today, which is positive. So, still bits to work on, obviously. We haven't got a new tyre today, which a lot of people have. But yeah, I think we're making improvements, which is the main thing.
And obviously you didn't race here at Snetterton last year in Sprint Challenge, so it must be nice to get back on a circuit where the straights are long enough for you guys to sort of really, get the most out of these cars, get up to high speed. And when did you last race here? Was it juniors?
Juniors, yeah. So to be fair, historically I've gone quite well here. My first ever race was here as well in 2022. But yeah, like you said, it's nice to kind of stretch the legs a little bit of the car. Brands Indy, you don't get to. Donington, you struggle a little bit. Whereas here, we're 6th gear, 160 under the bridge. It's, you realise how quick they are.
Sounds good to me. Well, best of luck for the upcoming weekend, and keep up the good work.
Thank you.